In fact, the only way you can deal with the evidence I've sent you and with my, real and necessary critiques on what you're doing is by labeling me as this extreme troll that I am not. I'm not this extreme troll. I'm a guy who is literally shocked out of my mind that a dude who came to YouTube, who could have had a good channel that pushed the truth like you say you're doing, but let yourself go astray for the purpose of making money and contracting out to the devil, really. For one, we did not use it as a way to discredit you. Discrediting it was consequence to us making our critique. These guys will continually, and it's all a big ploy and a play for their audience. I know that you guys, my audience knows this, but on the rare occasion that a Jordan Sather troll, and they will be a troll, I could say that factually, because they will go to my comments and say things that aren't true to troll me. That's not what's going on in this situation. So Sather, see, here's the difference between a troll and a person that's critiquing you. A troll's going to hit you with anything they can say to upset you. Someone that's critiquing you, though, is bringing the truth to your table. When you go around and tell people that you have the cure for cancer, which, by the way, was my critique, and I did criticize you and say, and I made some comments later in my video about how a coffee enema doesn't cure cancer, or that even, and I said this, and I don't think Sather would have ever heard it because he never listens to criticism. He labels anyone a troll that he doesn't like and then tries to get his audience to ignore them. Thankfully, they don't. I've got a lot of ex-Jordan Sather viewers right here. If you're an ex-Jordan Sather viewer, raise your hand up or just press a 1 inside the chat if you were, and then now you watch my show as, you've realized the truth about Sather. I'm not kidding. Put a 1 in the chat just so we've got a kind of a reference point for how many people have taken him, watched him seriously for a while, and then stopped because they noticed what he does, and now watch other channels like mine and the other channels that are out there. But anyway, what was I saying? So he tells everyone he has a cure for cancer, and then he says it's the coffee enema, the Gerson therapy. He admits that also right here. My point is not that the Gerson therapy is not valid, Jordan Sather, and it is entirely problematic and predictable that you did this. My point was specifically made in, now a lot of trolls won't do what I do. A lot of trolls won't sit down here and say, this is why I'm trolling you. Because, well, one, look, we got some 1s. Holy shit, that's a lot of 1s. A lot of trolls won't do what I do, right? But I'm not trolling you. I'll admit it. The whiteboard right here is a troll move. I'll turn off the whiteboard. And I'll admit it. When I was saying that stuff at the very end of the video about Starbucks coffee in the booty, okay? I'll admit that was a little trolly, but really it's not, because I was trying just to be funny, for God's sakes. Long story short, though, my whole critique was very important, and he didn't even represent any of our critiques. He does what I've accused him of doing this whole time. Takes the critiques of others, turns them into something that they're not, and then runs with it to try to mitigate the damage control to his reputation and his channel. I cannot believe Global Agenda caught him actually admitting this with his mouth, admitting that the only reason he does any of the stuff he does is to get his brand name out there, to sign contracts, and to get his information out. That's why he gives these incredible claims like he can cure cancer. My critique, here it is, Jordan Sather, since you didn't bother to represent it accurately like you never have, and never even bothered to mention who was criticizing you, and even look to see if anyone was criticizing you validly, which is why you are stuck in the mess you are, this closed-minded bubble that I think you'll come out of in about 10 years, but maybe not, considering how you are probably the most, the biggest person that does this I've ever seen. But my point is, the Gerson therapy has to go through testing and prove that it can cure cancers in a scientific way before you can state it with your mouth without misleading all those people. Whether or not it can cure cancer is not an opinion. Whether or not it's good for you is an opinion. Whether or not it removes toxins and provides nutrition is an opinion. Whether all the other things you say about the Gerson therapy in your video done 7 hours ago, the Gerson therapy healing the hopeless. Healing the hopeless. And I want to say this. I had a valid criticism, I don't even spell it right, that you didn't bring up, and you lied and deflected it like you always do. Losing so much faith in humanity here. Let me correct that criticism. I always spell it. It's a C. I knew that. My whole problem, Sather, isn't that you're going around telling people that the Gerson therapy is this awesome thing. I'm fine with you doing that. I'm fine with you telling Q that everyone that Q's an awesome thing. I'm fine with you telling people that the secret space program is an awesome thing. The whole 9 months that I've seen your channel and criticized you, it has solely been because you don't tell people that they're awesome things only. You tell people that Q's real, that the cure for cancer is real. You give people false hope. And the worst part is because you are dependent on the financial stability of your channel to live your life, you can tell, and I have a clip of him admitting this now for the first time ever, but I'll say this. You can tell that that's why Sather says these extreme things and tries to lie not only to the world, but himself, and convince all of us, all of his subscribers, and every person out there that he does have the cure for cancer, that QAnon is real without evidence. You see what I'm saying? Problem is, the Gerson therapy has not been proven to cure cancer. It hasn't saved any lives. That data is not real. The problem is that Sather, you are saying that data is real. I hate having to go elementary school on your ass with this and like explain this in such a laid out, perfectly kind of spoken, every word very, what's the word, hearably? You know what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm saying though. I shouldn't have to sit here and go elementary school on this shit with you when you're saying how much better you are. Literally said it. I have the clip saying you're better than all of us. You're saying you're more intelligent than all of us. You're saying that you're better at teaching people. I don't even try to teach people anything. I just give my opinion and I give the facts that I can find. And I admit that because that's what I'm doing. That's what truth is. That's what honesty is. Describing reality accurately with your mouth is truth, okay? When you don't describe it accurately, you're fucking lying. Or when you describe it outright wrongly, you're lying. Both of those. You can't stick in the middle and say, yeah, I know I said the cancer is real, but I believe it. No, that's not how it fucking works, bro. When you just believe it, you say, I believe the Gerson therapy. You got to put that I believe in it. You told Jim Jeffries, or whatever the fuck his name is, that you had the cure for cancer. You've seen people cured of cancer, and you said it was the Gerson therapy that cures people of cancer. I went and looked, and that's not true. Not saying the Gerson therapy is not good and not saying that it's not a valid thing. Now, why am I making that point so hard before I move on? Because in this video, that's all he does. He puts down the trolls by calling them a lot of names, saying that, showing us that his feelings were hurt by what we said and that it really did affect him and scare him, that it would reduce his credibility. Dude, you don't have credibility. You've got credibility for opinions and extreme views and fake news. You don't have credibility for the truth. I'm sorry, Sather. I hate saying this to you, bro, but you should just stop. Stop. Let us criticize you when you do your lying, because we'll just keep doing it. You can keep on pushing all these LARPs at people, and then we'll just live our lives like this until we all lose our channels when the censorship amps up, right? Well, you won't have to worry about it. They'll put you on the front page. But the truth of the matter is, bro, if you would stop being so prejudiced, that is prejudice, to say that we're all trolls just because we disagree with you. That's lumping us into a category that isn't true based on your assumptions. You don't bother to ask us, and you very well easily could. I have made myself very accessible to Jordan. It's something I don't do with all the other ones.